Hi there, welcome to Life with Auntie, where we discuss life and the lessons learned along the way. Have you ever felt overwhelmed because of a upcoming exam, maybe a job interview, a presentation, could be something in your relationship is going wrong? In fact, often I find feelings of overwhelm, it might not just be one contributor. It can be the fact that there's so much pressure coming from multiple different places that we feel like we can't handle the pressures of life that we're facing at any given time. And because of this, I want to take the time to talk about feelings of overwhelm today and give you a few tips about what you can do to overcome it based on my personal experience. So, for me, I definitely have a tendency to feel overwhelmed at times. This a lot of it can be self-inflicted, as I like to pick up a lot of different things at the same time. I guess I'm someone who has a lot of different interests, so I try to pursue multiple things at the same time. And while that can be exhilarating for me, where it goes wrong is if there's pressures in my life, whether it's a health challenge, whether it's financial trouble, whether it's trouble in my relationships, when more than one area of my life isn't going well, that can leave me feeling, I guess, a bit out of control, or make me feel like I don't have the capacity to handle all of these things going on. And for me, when I feel overwhelmed, first, I think the important thing is to just take a step back, because often when we get overwhelmed, we can be so caught in the details of everything going on, and we can be in our minds playing up, I guess, the size of these different pressures, that we can get a distorted view of what's actually going on. And for me, something that's really important in times that are busy or times when I'm feeling overwhelmed is to take time to journal. For me, journaling, especially in these times, allows me to clarify my thoughts and I guess to release some of the pressure I'm putting on myself. But more importantly, I find when I journal, I can get clarity about what I should do next. And often when I feel stuck because of overwhelm and feel like I can't move forward, when I journal, it's amazing that I tend to come up with, I guess, a suitable answer for coping with the pressures of life going on. So journaling isn't for everyone though, but something else that I do, which I think is important, is I also take time to go for a walk and spend time in nature. So there's a lot of studies, especially in the geography fields. If you study at uni, you'll see this, but it's about the importance of green spaces and blue spaces on our mental health. So by blue spaces, that generally means somewhere with water, whether it's the sea, a river, fountains, or just any type of water feature. They can be quite peaceful and therapeutic for us. The same thing goes for green spaces, where you might see like gardens, forestry, etc. And for me, I often try to go for a walk, and where possible, find an environment that either has a green space or a blue space. For me in particular, I love the water, so if I can, even just walking by the water, or even having some time of reflection by the water, it just gives me a sense of perspective that, yeah, there's a lot going on. But in the size of everything going on, there can also be peace found within that. So I encourage you, if you can, exercise is very good at reducing stress anyway. But if you're not great at exercise, even just a low intensity walk by the ocean, or in a green space, that can really make a big difference. So I recommend that you give that a go. Third, this can be a struggle for a lot of people, but find close, trusted people that you can talk to. For some people, I know you might not feel that you have it. In that case, if you can, maybe a counsellor might be of use for you. But otherwise, if you've got a reasonably good relationship with your parents, they can be great to talk to, or a close friend. Now, I'd say, depending on the feelings, or how overwhelmed you are, I guess you might want to be selective of what friends you choose to share it with. But it's for me, I think a friend is someone who is willing to share burdens, or a close friend, anyways. So if I find for me, if one of my friends was struggling with overwhelm, or just struggling in general, I would want them to reach out to me, because even if I'm busy, I care about them. And if me just listening to them and giving them an encouraging word, or just letting them know my advice or my perspective could help make their life easier, I'd absolutely want to do that. And I'm sure that there may be at least one friend in your life that would be willing to do the same for you. Now, if you feel like you don't have that, I just want to encourage you in life, as you step forward, as you try do things that improve yourself, you will find those people. So if you want another video on that, let me know in the comments. I'd love to talk about friendship another time. So far we've talked about journaling, we've talked about getting exercise and getting around nature, green and blue spaces. We have talked about talking to someone, whether it's a counselor or a friend. And I'll say the last thing I can think about in terms of feelings of overwhelm that have really helped me is engaging in a creative outlet or an activity that energizes you. So for me, I can find when I'm overwhelmed, I forget how much I enjoy music. So I'll pick up my guitar, and I might not have touched it in a week or two, and I pick up my guitar and I'm like, oh man, I feel so energized, and just, I don't know, I feel like so much of the pressures of what I'm going through fades away, because I realize how much I love and enjoy playing music. Even if I'm not the greatest musician, that doesn't matter, but it's just that feeling of doing something I really enjoy. For others, that might be fishing, painting, whatever it is for you. Try find that one thing that energizes you in a good way that's helping. I know there can be a tendency, which this is probably something that I do negatively when I feel overwhelmed, is I get a tendency, as you can probably tell, to comfort eat. And I think it's important to be aware of when you're feeling overwhelmed, I guess the temptation to do something that might be pleasurable in the moment, but can be really detrimental to your long-term health. So I know for some people that could be comfort eating, like myself. Others that can be gaming for a long time, being there, drinking excessively, whatever it is. Just be aware in those feelings of overwhelm that the actions that you take are actions that will build you up, and not be something that will negatively affect your health in the long term. Well, those are a few of my tips for managing feelings of overwhelm, but this is a community where we help each other, and I'd really love to hear from you about what you do to help cope with the pressures of life when you feel overwhelmed. This is Life with Andy. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Yeah!